Welcome back to Bruno's Guitar Garage. This episode is not brought to you by anyone, but I do have my darling Antigua. Today we're looking at this little dude here. Isn't it cute? Look, it's about as long as my forearm. This is a Marshall G15R, R for reverb, CD. Which presumably means for CD input here, so you can, well, you know, back in the day, we had these little shiny round things with noises on them, they were called CDs. If you're lucky enough to have a CD player, you can plug it into there and play along to it, which is pretty cool. Now this is a curious little amp. You might go, oh fuck, it's just another practice amp, and I'm probably not in shock, so I do apologise, but I mean, there's a little Bruno here to look at as well. There's my whale I've had for 25 years, and my other Marshall, but we're talking about this one today. What do you get? That's about an 8-inch speaker. It's not very big. There are no switches. It's all just controls here, right? There are no jacks on the back, no nothing. This is what you get. You get 2 controls for preamp. You get gain 1 and gain 2. Fuck, that Blackbird's annoying. You also get a master volume. So just like the old JCM 800, you've got to dial in what you want and then how much of it you want. Very curious thing to do for such a small amp that'll be marketed as, you know, a first amp or a bedroom amp or whatever. Bedroom amp makes sense. First amp will confuse a lot of players, I think, especially if they're new. You get real spring reverb. Probably not a very nice thing to do to it, but I'm not hitting it hard, and I hope you could hear that. There's a real spring in there. It's fucking brilliant. The tone stack's weird. You treble here, you get bass here, and this just says contour. So this changes how round it is. If you turn it all the way one way, it actually becomes round. Nah, I just made that up. This is really weird. If you turn the contour all the way to the left, you get a very 70s high treble Marshall sound. When I say high treble. Turn it all the way to the right, it just sucks all the middle out, and it's like black metal, but not as good. Right, so I'll put these, what are they, about 11 o'clock. Crank this up. Master volume, also about 11 o'clock. Breakout, just a smidge. Now if we turn gain 2 down and gain 1 up, so we'll just point them at each other for aesthetic purposes. It's kind of vintage, isn't it? That's quite cool. So just for the sake of demonstration, we'll turn gain 1 down and gain 2 up. Also kind of vintage. What's going on here? Note that my tone stack's just bang in the middle. If we turn them both up to say, you know, 2-ish o'clock, we'll bring that down a touch because it's going to get loud. I'm just going to mince that, sorry. Still vintage, kind of weird. If we time them, oh, what happens? Gets really saturated. That's quite cool. I'll bring them back to about 1 o'clock, eh? How much volume have we got? Not enough. How about now? Now for a little amp, it's an open back. It's got that much open, which is a really scientific measurement, isn't it? You're probably out of shot, so about that much, which is, I don't know, 5 inches, if you speak the old tongue. It's got a wee bit of, what do you call that stuff? Chipboard at the base, I don't know why, so it's sort of open. It doesn't sound boxy, it sounds really full, and it's a very thick sounding amp, which is quite curious. So I'll turn the treble up, the bass down, and we'll leave the contour where it is. See what we get, eh? Gotta fix that. And it gets, that's very vintage voice, isn't it? Pardon me. Sounds good, man. Cleans up okay, I guess. Don't expect miracles from it. It is only little. It was built to a price point. It's still pretty fucking cool. It's charming. For those interested, it was built in India of all places. Alright, half reverb. Not much there, but it sounds cool. What if we do this? Yep, okay, it's got a big, thick, deep reverb. Could go for a bit more volume though. Well, there's probably a mod for that. If you like modding, this is probably a good place to start. There won't be too much to it. Now the real test, I'm going to roll both the gains down. Oh, no, I'm not. We'll explore the contour thing first, eh? We'll just do a bit of that. Right, so less of that, more gain. More gain. Something to that effect. Now, if I roll the contour all the way to the left, that's quite a cool sound. If I roll it all the way to the right, that's a bit shit. No two ways about it. One thing I'm interested in, so I'm going to reverb up halfway, master volume a lot of the way up, and we'll give it a lot of treble, a bit more bass, and roll the gains right down. So, can it do this? That sounds fucking awful. good harmonics. Not really. Okay, so this is... This is not a jack of all trades amp. This is built for a purpose. So it does Marshall things, it doesn't do Fendery things too well. Surprise. Just turn that reverb down because it's going to bother me. So there we have it. Very curious, very... Let's just fucking go. This is like the Scrappy-Doo of amps. Just wants to get up and fucking let me at him. All the time. Let's get the Antigua out the way. And if you put it on your speakers, you can lean on it, which is pretty cool. Good, mate. Put your drink on it, holds your beer. What more do you want in a little amp? Well, that, folks, ladies, fish and gentlemen, Marshall G15 RCD, not the MG, it is a G. It's a G. That's cool, man. If you want a single channel amp, you just ride that volume control, a bit like that fuzz pedal we did earlier. You don't want it to be too loud. Here you go, man. And it's solid state, so you can drop it a bunch of times. What do you want? Cool. Thanks for watching.